On this episode of In the Garage, we trounce through the Facebook Marketplace looking for a good deal on awesome cars.
I like that, but it's factually incorrect.
What do you mean factually incorrect? Prove me wrong. Go ahead.
The text, you texted and the subject was interesting things that are a good deal.
Isn't that what I just said?
No. You said great deals on interesting cars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you didn't buy cars.
I might have some non-cars.
Uh-oh. This could be interesting.
You ready for the first possible car?
Yep.
All right.
Good. Golly.
First thing, this is mine. Empowered bananas.
Huh.
These are like new
Yeah,
empowered bananas.
I've seen them.
$150 a piece.
Are they
Or
not?
I think a smoking deal is $400 for all four of them.
They're not W-powered bananas?
Only $100
Per banana.
per empowered banana.
So are these just plastic bananas that are more or less life size?
You know as much as I do.
Are they slippery when you walk on them?
You know as much as I do. That's all there is in the description. That they're like new BMW empowered bananas.
Are there more than one picture?
Nope.
Is there more than one picture?
No, there's that one picture
Why are they not W-powered?
because it's an M.
Is it?
Yeah, it's BMW empowered banana.
Yeah, the stripes come before the M, not after it.
Yeah.
Because then it would be a W.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Which way are the bananas going?
Yeah, okay. That's
Sweet.
interesting.
I mean, they're interesting and it's a pretty good deal on four of them.
I think that's a terrible deal on 4 plastic bananas that may not be very large. We don't know what size
That's
these bananas
true.
are. There's they need a quarter in there for reference
Yeah.
or something. Something.
And I don't know what you do with them.
Well, then would they be a good deal if you don't know what to do with them?
I feel
That's a good
like
question.
I feel like this is a good point.
Maybe $100 a piece is a little high.
I feel like this is a good place to open up another tab and find out what in the hell an empowered banana is.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
I think we need to
We're
move
looking
on.
at them. We know
Yeah.
what they are.
That's all
I
we
feel
need
like
to
there's
know.
history, or this is something somebody just made up.
Never.
I don't know.
I think it's something
Seems
somebody just made up.
overpriced for a bunch of bananas. $400
They've
for
only been
bananas.
there 2 days. They might sell. I feel like we
I bet
should
they're rotten by the time they sell.
we should revisit this in a future episode and see if it's sold.
All right. You asked for it, Soren.
I'm just saying.
No.
Yep.
What are we searching? Banana-powered prices?
Well,
Well, you got your ads you just looked at.
got the same ad. Mm-hmm. And there's a banana-powered guitar pedal.
Nothing else even remotely
Nope.
related.
No.
One of a kind.
One of a kind.
4 of a kind.
So I guess the old saying was if you've never seen them before, buy them when you see them.
Or maybe somebody just made up some stuff
For
and
$400?
they're selling it. What if
Yeah.
these are 3D
The
printed?
more I think about it, that might be a little steep.
I could almost buy a whole car for $400.
Yeah.
My first car did cost $400.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
We're not keeping that open as a potential
Nope.
car of the night.
I don't think the bananas have a chance.
The deal of the century.
This, on the other hand, 2006 BMW M5 sedan for $8,000.
Ooh.
It's a good color.
Inner
color.
logo is blue with black. Has Vanos codes.
Sure does.
Runs in limp mode.
Yep. SMG.
Like,
It's a feature.
it's a
What?
feature. Bullet point. Runs in limp mode.
It's got KW or V3 coilovers, Remus exhaust, VIS hood, VIS front lip.
You think the running in limp mode has anything to do with the recent rod bearing replacement?
I hope not.
It has a
Vanos
new,
high pressure oil line. Needs some TLC.
Really?
What does Vanos codes normally mean?
Previous accident history in New York. I'd want to see.
Well, you
what
can
that
tell
looks
this
like.
is a New York, New Jersey car just by looking at
It
it.
says it's in Virginia or North
Yeah.
Carolina.
They have wheels. They can move. Mm-hmm. It's got the rear window spoiler.
Is it typical for Vanos codes to mean that you need to service the Vanos system or replace it, or what is that normally?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is that I'm assuming that's pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think those bearings were fine.
Well, I think that's the new one.
That's not the new one.
Pre-worn. it's got no miles on it.
Tire pressure warning.
It even has no miles. It's at 87,000 something.
Yeah. Brand new bearing.
$8,000.
$8,000. Well, I think I have a better one coming, but it's more
you?
expensive.
I mean,
Okay.
this is the first car, so it's going to stay for a minute anyway. But
It's the first non-banana.
I feel as though
It's got KW stickers.
Yeah.
that Vanos Codes thing would be off-putting to me.
You'd
Yeah.
definitely be rolling the dice on this one.
$8,000 though.
But it is $8,000.
I mean, you spend a couple grand on Vanos, and then the throttle actuators go out. Then it's another couple grand, and then you're at a nice one.
Mm-hmm. Spend another
salvage
20.
title.
Spend another 20 or 30 grand into a $20,000 car.
It's
Next,
great colors. Oh boy,
1969 Chevelle, $18,000.
this is $10,000 more.
30 over, 350, 4-bolt main,
Ooh,
AFR heads, roller rockers,
And 35 years older.
roller cam, RPM air gap, 770 Holly, Street Avenger, MSD, 12-bolt, 373 gears.
lightweight quarter panels.
Needs paint, needs some body work.
I don't think it needs paint.
Quarter panels,
It just needs a little
but
Polishing?
schmoozing.
Looks like the hood needs paint.
that's the hood that was on my car. When we're done, I'll show you a picture of my 69 Chevelle. You'll see this is pretty good.
Oh, this is good compared to yours. Okay,
I had
don't
that
think we
console.
need to see yours.
Had that console and shifter in mind too.
Ooh, what was that called?
Stirrup shifter.
Like a steering wheel.
Looks a little bit like an
Interior
airplane
looks
model.
pretty good.
Yeah. It looks also like it smells a little bit.
It's gonna smell like a 69 Chevy
Which is what? Sweat and old cigarettes?
Rat piss.
in vinyl.
You'd think the vinyl smell would have gone.
It was an AC car, power brakes.
Not anymore.
You can make it have
I
AC.
like the
again.
wiring kit this guy did.
What's the wiring kit?
Everywhere.
Where?
Just ran them everywhere.
You're talking about the spark plug wires?
Yeah, and some other wires, you know.
Spark
These
plug
wires?
wires kind of have to go
those
where they
wires.
go.
Yeah. No, the spark plug wires aren't bad. I mean, this is $10,000
More.
more. It does not have Vanos. It's got a pretty nice little engine setup in it.
It'd be a lot cheaper to maintain.
Just
Yeah.
AKA hot rod.
In fact, for Vanos and throttle actuators, you could just put a whole new engine in this,
Which it doesn't need.
which it doesn't need.
Right.
And one would think with reasonable care, it never will.
Right.
Because that's a pretty simple engine.
Yeah. I don't know how much
But-
these are worth.
You're gonna have to do
Nice.
quarters.
I mean, you don't have to.
Probably rougher than they look.
Guaranteed.
From my experience, they look pretty good in pictures.
Guaranteed.
This is tough because I want that BMW to be not screwed up. And then this is an easy choice for me.
Interior's nice.
Yeah.
Scary. This whole car screams scary.
I'm going Chevelle.
Going
Because whatever's wrong with this is way easier to sort out.
Sure. I'll
Fair.
second that.
Chevelle? Mm-hmm. All right. So this is more scary, is what you're saying.
An $8,000 500 horsepower V10 powered M5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which are kind of explodey anyway.
With multiple air paths.
Yep.
Okay. 1989 BMW K100 RS for $1,500.
Does it come with the trailer?
Don't think
Guessing
so.
it does not.
Custom built by Thor Classic Bikes a number of years ago. It's been sitting
Is it
since
sponsored by Tron?
2011. Has some running issues. Doesn't run. Apparently runs on ether.
Ooh, I wish I ran on ether.
Well,
But I kind of like the build.
Is it different than factory?
I know something about that.
Go ahead.
The early fuel lines in these were susceptible to the ethanol and gas, and they would get all gummed up and not work.
This is an 89, so still.
Maybe. I know they'd been replaced in mine.
Okay.
And if it runs on ether,
Yeah.
so starter fluid, right?
It's not getting fuel.
It's not getting fuel, and that's a pretty easy thing to get to.
I think they said they put new.
Could also be because of the way the
It says it does not run on starting fluid, but I think it needs a new fuel
No,
pressure
it says
regulator.
it does run on starter fluid.
it just does not run on gas.
I think it needs fuel pressure regulator to build fuel pressure to run off the tank.
Yeah, or that plug that runs the fuel pump, which slides in from the bottom and doesn't really have any pin, like any snap thing to hold it in. Those pins could be screwed up. It could be a minor electrical issue that's pretty easy to fix. I wouldn't be intimidated by that.
So this one is $1,500. I think that's less than you paid for yours, isn't it? Or around the same.
It's within a couple $100 one way or the other.
This already has some stuff done to it. Not a lot, but
Right.
feel like that's a good project.
Yeah, well, I mean, it might not need that much to get running.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot those even had that ridiculous dashboard thing. Instrument cluster. Yeah. So for me,
Uh-huh.
for $1,500, the water/oil pump,
Yeah.
if you can find it, is going to cost you about $500.
Yeah.
If you find a factory radiator, it's like $1,000. So there's reasons to buy that, even if you don't want to fix it.
So
Right.
it's just a parts bike.
But it's an RS also.
It looks like it.
So it's got those wheels and the dual front discs. Yours have dual front disc?
It does. And those wheels.
Does it have those wheels?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty good deal, even if, I mean, probably not hard to fix, but even if it isn't fixable, you've got way more value than that in parts.
Right.
You can take that engine off and send it to BS Motorworks in England, and they'll give you a pretty big chunk of money for it.
Okay. K100 or Chevelle?
Well, I'm going Chevelle.
I don't like Chevelles.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt it was safer than that BMW, so I'm going with this BMW.
How much was the Chevelle again? 18,000?
More than 1,500.
By the way, this has 2,200 miles or 22,000 miles on it, which is 90,000 less than mine, which is like people get 300,000 miles out of these pretty
Well, you
regularly.
should buy this for a parts bike.
I'm just saying.
I'll go with you to pick it up.
To Georgia.
Does
Yeah.
it come with a trailer?
I doubt it comes with the trailer because I feel like that's a $3,000 or $4,000 trailer.
He doesn't need one. Just put it in the back of the truck. That's what we did with his last one.
I know, but
Yeah.
That's what we did.
I mean, it's just
Put
a
it-
bunch of
And I
parts.
think it was in the back of my truck, right?
no, it's mine.
No way.
Was it yours?
There's no way that would fit in the back of yours.
Yeah, it does.
No. Mason's.
He's got about the same amount of bed as I do.
Yeah, with a thing that
Yeah,
takes
that's
up
true.
part of it.
I do have that thing.
I've got a 1.5 foot long box in there and it fit.
That's true.
You guys
He
are
does.
both insane.
Put the tailgate down. You ride it up the ramp. You
Yeah.
strap the handlebars to the straps on the
Come
box. Pada.
Quit being a naysayer.
That's why I hate motorcycles. They can't even transport themselves.
I really like that, and I think that's a smoking deal. And if I was in the market for a motorcycle and I had $1,500,
Sure.
I would probably have you go with me to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think if whatever's wrong with it's probably not hard to fix. And if it is, if you go, nah, I don't want to do it, you'll get your money back in parts, no problem.
But I really like the Chevelle. Ooh, forgot about this one. 1999 Porsche 911 Coupe, $21,000.
I was looking for these.
6-speed,
Does seem like a good deal.
Yeah. Forge lines.
23,000 with the forge lines. 21,000 on the stock twists, which it's worth the
It
$2,000
might
for the
be
forge
worth
lines.
$2,000.
I'm inclined to think that $500 a wheel is a good price for that.
Says it's a 99, so it has the dual row IMS. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know what that means.
It's the intermediate shaft bearing. Goes bad on those engines. And destroys them.
Supposedly.
And yeah, supposedly.
Is
It's
that like
supposedly their failure mode?
is that the rod bearing thing?
Yes. And the piston liners and the BMW V8s and all that stuff.
Never
Says
burns
no-
oil.
Also says no bore scoring issues. It's got 136,000 miles. It's got forge lines, pilot sports, Recaro pole position seats, B&M shifter. Lots of
3D printed
Stuff.
GT3 console delete.
H&R coilovers.
Yeah.
Well,
I was looking for these and I couldn't find a cool one. This is pretty cool.
assuming that there isn't some
I
hidden
know.
issue,
You mean the gray interior?
would be an
whatever.
issue.
So if that's what would you say if that were black on black?
It would be a lot more money.
But how much more?
I don't know.
I think silver on black
couple
even.
grand.
Would it be a lot more?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe $1,000. I don't know. That doesn't hurt me. Because the seat, I mean, that's a car that I wouldn't, even though it's disgusting inside, I wouldn't care about it.
Well, the plastic would be. I'd feel much more happy about coloring plastic than trying to color upholstery.
Sure. I've driven one of these on track, a couple
Yeah.
different tracks, a 99.
They
Also?
sound good.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Shifter, the steering, the brakes. It's all pretty good.
Yeah.
So he doesn't mention any problems or damage.
There's no problems, no damage.
Assuming that that's true,
Better
that
than
seems like a good deal
Better than a Chevelle.
and better than a Chevelle.
So you're both saying this over the Chevelle?
Oh, yeah.
Chevelle, goodbye, old friend.
Recent friend, really.
I had one.
Not that
I
one.
was doing nostalgia like Bear was earlier with what was that? A Beetle with no roof.
That was terrible. Terrible.
I saw it when it was freshly built. It looked great.
All right, 2001 3 Series 325 XI Touring, all-wheel drive wagon,
I
Manual
almost picked
transmission.
This one. It's a cool car.
red leather.
Yep.
It's got the Apex wheels.
Yep. I want to message that guy and see what his specs are on the wheels.
Why?
Because they'd have a nice concaveness to them.
Oh, you can do that right on Apex's website.
Yeah.
They kind of give you the. I'm just saying they give you the the data. Pretty good, I think.
What was it? 325?
325, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. All-wheel drive.
for $9,000.
It'd make a good winter.
Smells rusty.
175,000 miles. It's in Tennessee.
Might make a good winter car for you.
Not rusty. I don't know. This was going to be on my list, and for some reason I decided not to.
Well,
That or a 911?
I think the 911's cooler.
the 911's definitely cooler.
911 was
but
a 2? Carrera 2 or Carrera 4?
2.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be a good car to have as a winter car. And its failings would bother me less than the failings in the Porsche. Because if I own any Porsches in my life, I'll probably own one. And that's not really the one I want to own.
I'm going to go Porsche.
You already did.
So I'm thinking I like this, but a 325i is not exactly a powerhouse. It's got 175,000 miles on it. And I think some snow tires on a 911 would actually make a pretty good winter car.
Well,
Especially the winters we've been having.
Yeah.
You don't really even need snow tires.
Fun to slide around
some
on the
all
salty
seasons.
roads.
it snowed yesterday.
Where?
Where?
Well, it snowed at my house. And
Were the roads slippery?
no. But
Did
it
you
snowed.
need your four-wheel drive?
I was just remarking that it snowed in March.
Okay.
No, I don't believe you.
It never stays. Yeah, going Porsche.
Fine.
That was great colors. Oh boy.
1957 Pontiac Chieftain.
Not a Star Chief.
Not a Star Chief. It's a Chieftain.
Who
But it
busted
is
out the VHS?
But it is a two-door
Recorder.
hardtop.
With some fender bling.
Red, black spear.
Arrow, I should think.
It's a Chieftain, dude.
Just say it looks more like an arrow than a spear to me.
Huh. I hate those wheels.
It's unfortunately got a small block Chevy in it, but you can fix that pretty easy.
Could you?
Yeah. Seats are horrible.
The whole thing is horrible. It's like they had
Oh.
extra material from the seats and just
I didn't even
tied
notice
it to
door
the doors.
panels. Oof. That's pretty bad.
Someone got their staple gun out.
Doesn't look bad on the outside, though. How much was it?
I hope it's
$14,000.
Way too much.
You know, upholstery often does legitimately involve a staple gun,
Yeah.
but they didn't do a very good job with their staple gun.
No. It's like they upholstered it with trash bags.
Hey, we had to
It's
use
kind of what it looks like.
pig rings on upholstery for something.
Yeah. That's what most of
rings.
it's
rings, yeah.
most of it's out on with.
I don't remember what that was.
Probably any interior piece.
It was something BMW.
Was it?
Might have been your interior, but I think it was one of the. Yeah, I don't remember.
So you're going 911 on this one?
Oh yes.
Yeah, this is pretty screwed up.
I don't even have to vote.
That's an automatic too. Gross.
All right.
Ooh.
1969 Nissan 510 Coupe.
Sweet.
This is apparently, which I didn't know that was a thing. This is a licensed BRE replica.
What does that
Oh
mean?
really? It's licensed.
What's BRE?
It's their thing with the stripes.
Sorry, Tribute. It's got a K24DE and a 5-speed from a 240SX.
Interesting.
Lots of other stuff. It's got air conditioning and heat, Watanabe's, limited slip.
I bet that's fun.
What did you say, Nobbies?
Watanabe's.
What is that?
It's got the Watanabe's.
Wheels.
It's got the banana spokes.
Oh,
Now, I will say I think this is kind of neat,
Looks well done.
but they may have
I don't think it's a good deal necessarily.
not done the good deal part.
No. Not
Porsche.
a good deal. The engine package isn't great either.
Yeah.
But
It's a nicely done car, though.
oh yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah. Oh, even the inside's nice. No trash bags there. Well, that looks clean.
I think actually take that back. I think if you wanted a 510 that you could drive around and do stuff with,
Yeah.
that's probably a pretty good
That's
deal.
going to be a little more of a hot rod than a factory one for sure.
But 911,
Yeah.
me too.
Yes.
It's cheaper, which is wild. Soren?
I believe we have made it to me. This is a Ford Model T.
I
In
guessed that correctly.
working order.
I don't know how you did that. It's not a replica.
75. No, it's real. $7,500. Apparently everything's pretty worky, and that looks to be in good condition. Certainly for being, more than 100 years old. And I think if you're into that sort of thing, $7,500 for a functional Model T that doesn't need anything right off the bat is a pretty good deal. And I found it interesting because it was interesting and a good deal. And I think
It seems expensive.
Don't know that that's a good deal on a Model T.
Those are like $3,000, $5,000 maybe.
I don't know what they sell for, but I don't know if I don't think they're very expensive.
And it's black.
they were all black.
You could get any color you wanted, Soren.
As long as it was black.
Right.
Well, unfortunately,
Boy, that's bad.
that's not a 911.
Nope.
Oh, I don't think that meets the 911. I think it meets the brief.
It does.
I mean, we've never had one on the channel before.
I'm going to fix that in the future.
No, you fixed it right now.
No.
Oh no.
Next time I have one, you can't say we've never had one on the channel before. I like Model Ts.
oh no, this listing isn't available anymore.
Oh, well, then I don't have to talk about it. Close it next.
Dang.
It was when we opened this earlier, though.
What was it?
I don't know.
Don't look at it.
We're not looking at other junk. Just
We already looked at one of these.
close it. Close the tab. We're not looking at anything that
5,000 miles.
We're not looking at anything. I hate it when you do this.
Why?
Because you just fucking wander off and it just
I'm
close,
not wandering.
Just
I'm
close,
just taking a quick look.
just close the tab.
I'm not closing the tab. 15 grand. It's had throttle actuators done.
Mm-hmm.
Valve covers.
It's shinier than the other one.
Uh-huh. It's double the price of the other one, though.
It's lower.
It is. I like it. Good choice, Soren.
Huh.
Okay, explain yourself on this.
Gotta scroll up.
Huh? You don't know what it is? It says right there.
Just it's a 1985 Toyota Formula Toy Rock Crawler for 18 grand. It's built on the 4-cylinder.
The 22R.
Yep.
Climbing-
Running on propane.
It's climbing straight up that mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shooting of that is terrible, but it's running on propane. I thought that was kind of cool. It's interesting. I don't know what a good price for a rock crawler is.
Well,
That
I
may or
guess
may
it
not-
depends on how close you are to the rocks.
That may or may not be a good price on a rock crawler. But
Are you in the market for a rock crawler?
absolutely not.
Would you go rock crawling if you had a rock crawler?
I might.
Would you spend $18,000 to might go rock crawling with a rock crawler?
To break the shit out of it.
No. However, that was not part of the brief. The brief was interesting for a relatively good deal. And
We have no idea if that's a good deal.
I don't know if that's a good deal or not. But it's interesting. So there you go.
Oof.
Would I rather have this than the Porsche? No, I would rather have the Porsche. Among other things, I don't want to go.
Powered by propane.
I don't want to go.
Look, go back. Go back.
I don't want to have to go buy propane.
Go back. All those other Yahoos are powered by propane back there, too.
They are.
It's probably some requirement of.
Well, it says
the,
Formula Toy.
of the activity.
Maybe it's a class.
Yep. It
And this one looks to be the shittiest one.
says it's a drawn over Mandrill Formula chassis built by Hendrix Motorsports.
No way Hendrix Motorsports built that thing.
It's with an X, not a CKS.
Well, that makes more sense.
Anywho,
Welp.
the engine looks nice.
And slow.
It's a rock crawler. It doesn't need to be fast.
I think it should
Yeah.
be more exciting.
I guess I can think of better ways to use propane.
2009 BMW 1200 RT, R1200 RT for $3,200. It's got 38,000 miles on it, which is nothing. I think that's a good deal, and I think that's interesting.
Oh, CHP.
Yeah, former California Highway Patrol.
Yep, that was part of the interest.
Is it?
Yeah,
Why?
because I think that's kind of cool.
Because it says it.
Because I think it's kind of cool.
All right.
So, and I think that's a good. I think that's a good price for that.
It's cheap, I think.
It will have been well maintained, and that's not a lot of miles for it anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got new
they got
clutch.
the label maker.
It's got new clutch.
That'll make you happy.
5 years ago.
Oh, it's used the.
Yeah. Well,
Well, it's a pursuit bike.
Wonder how far it slid.
what's it matter?
Probably slid underneath a semi truck and then popped back up and then continued chasing the perp.
Anyway, I like the R bikes.
They have gun holsters on them.
No, the cop has a gun holster on them.
On them. Where does he keep the rocket grenade launcher?
They have rocket grenade launchers.
Dun, 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 dun,
How are they gonna stop the perp?
I'm pretty sure that these are the bikes that they had in the relatively recent Chips movie before they got the faster bikes.
Yep.
And anyway, I like these. I think that's a good price. And I would rather have this than the Porsche.
What?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Couldn't even drive this in the rain.
Well, I'm sure you could.
Definitely wouldn't drive it in the snow.
Yeah, you're correct. I would not.
Fair.
And on that note, I'm out.
Okay. Me too.
Surprise. So here we have. You're gonna have to scroll up. KJ Racing VF1 Cross Kart,
I like cross carts.
which I forget what the engine in this is. It's
It says Can-Am DS650.
so it's a side by side or quad engine. Probably a quad actually, because 650 isn't much for a side by side. But they've made it into a little racy thing, and I think it's kind of cool. And it's reduced by $1,000, so it must be a good deal.
Yeah.
I wonder if it is a good deal.
I have no idea,
Well,
but I found it interesting.
It says 15,000 invested.
yeah, when they were new, like if you just bought one, I think they're around 30.
No, you buy as a kit
Yeah, but if you bought one built,
because they still sell them kit as a kit. You
Right.
go to KJ Racing's website. And
yeah.
Why don't we go to KJ Racing's website and see how
The
much this would cost?
problem with this is you need like 3 or 4 of these things.
I don't. I could drive this in the rain. I could drive this in the snow.
no, you need other people.
You need at least 2 of them.
See, that's the difference between you and me is I don't need other people. In fact, generally speaking, I'm happy
It says racing.
without them.
Soren.
You need other people for racing.
They're the VF1 cross cart kit.
Oh, I think it's a.
You don't have to bend. Oh, good. So you just weld it up together.
Yep.
Fancy pants.
I feel like the way to do that is to buy that one on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, started with under $2,000 in under 2 weeks.
I'm assuming that is not including an engine,
No, hell no.
and you have to do all the work.
But the kit's under $2,000.
Yep.
And probably doesn't have any electronics or anything.
No, just a pile of tubing and some axles, probably.
Anyhow, let's not spend too long on this.
Oh no, that's with the Harbor Freight engine with reverse.
Ooh.
Wow.
So that's under $2,000.
And this guy spent 15. He probably had some pretty fancy pants shocks or something.
Well, I think the Can-Am engine costs a lot more than a Harbor Freight engine.
I hope so.
What?
Yep.
These things are just laying around everywhere.
So I know
That's
you're
pretty
gonna-
cool, but
I know
I'd
you're gonna
like-
pick the Porsche.
I think I'd rather have 3 of those with Harbor Freight engines.
I'd rather just have one.
What fun is one when you could race Bear and I?
I don't want to race you people.
Why?
I'll just time myself and try and do better next time.
You don't like the feeling of domination?
I don't like putting up with silliness.
Porsche.
Well, I'm putting up with silliness right now looking at it.
Scat
Oh,
to
speaking of
hovercraft.
silliness.
Hey, so it's a hovercraft. It works. It's under $5,000.
Hovercrafts by definition don't work.
It works as much as a hovercraft can. It's under $5,000 and it's interesting.
It does not come with a trailer. How are you going to get it anywhere?
Drive it.
You're going to have to drive it.
Yep.
Or rent a trailer. Or have a trailer of your own.
You're going to have to float in the general direction of where
no
you want
way.
to go.
I found it interesting. Are hovercrafts stupid? Yes, they are. Is this probably stupid because it's a hovercraft?
Could we get a hovercraft and a cross cart and race
Sure.
for under $10,000?
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Which I suppose who wins that's going to determine is going to be
Hospital
determined
bills.
by the course. If there's a lot of water in it, this will win.
Not necessarily.
No.
Well, if that water
Cross cart can go around the water
maybe
or above the water
sure, whatever.
If you go fast enough.
or through the water.
Anyway, I could see me having that in the right circumstances.
Your neighbors would love you.
Well, the right circumstances might include not really having neighbors,
Oh,
which is how I would like it. Anyhow, Porsche's going to win. I vote for this.
All right. I
Fair.
think Porsche's.
Porsche's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like this better.
I don't think you do.
I do.
Look at him. He made it all the way out to Washington State.
Who?
1965
why?
Mercedes-Benz Unimog 404S RV.
65.
It's a Unimog. Who gives a shit?
$36,000.
Well,
And
okay,
it's yellow.
so I looked at another one which was essentially the same but new, and it was $369,000.
It's not essentially the same thing
Essentially the same
as a
layout.
1965.
Essentially the same layout. So,
It's a Unimog.
A box on a mog.
anyhow,
What's the interior like?
well, there's pictures, and I don't really care because I would probably tear it out and rebuild it anyway.
For $36,000,
I think that's a good deal.
you'd tear it out and rebuild it.
I think that's a good deal.
That's not. That's better than I thought it was going to be.
Is it?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I was thinking at best a cot, maybe 2 cots.
It's kind of what you got there.
Those are pretty fluffy cots.
Oh, there's the kitchen.
I think it's unlikely that Tanya will ever watch this, but I'm going to say this even though she might.
There's
she
the
would,
other half.
She would she would hate this so much.
Really?
This is not her idea of what an RV should be, but it is my idea of
Look
what
at
an
the
RV
size
should
of the
be.
bed.
That looks comfortable.
It's all bed all the time. Well, it's all bed when you fold it down of the time.
There's the office.
I like it.
It's a standing desk. That's.
I'm seriously
kinda-
considering selling my house and buying this.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, you should probably buy 2 of them. Is that a turret hole?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
It's a hole. It isn't necessarily a turret hole.
I mean, it used to be.
No.
Let me have fantasies
It's just a
about the
hole.
hole.
No, it used to be.
Bear,
a
I'd like you to
turtle.
take and think real hard about the statement you just made.
Look at all that writing.
I'm not looking at all that
Tiny
writing.
little
I think-
words.
I think if you own one of those, you have to have a manifesto like that.
I think that's just a description. Anyhow,
I'm not sure about that.
I like this better than the Porsche.
I
You're
mean-
not going to.
Imagine
more
all
than the Porsche.
Imagine all the places you could go at 45 miles an hour.
Tops.
Yep.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I think, by the way, that portal goes up to the deck on top.
No, the ladder goes up to the deck
Yeah,
on top.
there's a boat ladder.
Portal's over here.
Just deck screwed a boat ladder to the inside.
Yep.
My deck screws, Bear. It might
This
not
is a
be deck
tough one
screws.
for me.
No, it's
This
not.
or the Porsche?
Don't be sarcastic.
Well, you
Soren.
could see the world in this.
Porsche. Obviously,
Porsche?
you're going to... No, I picked this, but you're going to pick the Porsche.
Bear.
I think the Porsche. I smell
Do you?
Porsche.
All right. I guess I'm going to go with the Porsche because Bear knows what he's talking about. What in the world?
I think
Custom
Soren just
Polaris.
found creations.
Assy buggy?
But I thought that's funny. And whatever. It's not expensive. It looks like somebody took like a motor out of a Polaris something and put it in a John boat with a roll bar.
They put it in an Assy buggy.
I don't know what an Assy buggy is.
It's that.
It's got over 100 horsepower.
Great.
Didn't we look at something like this already?
It was double the money though.
Yeah, but it was much cooler.
Yeah. It's like they just bought a go-kart and put a big engine in it,
It's like a really
which I'm not opposed to
It's a
that.
bad dune buggy thing. Sand rail.
I find it interesting.
Oh, look how small and sideways it does.
What?
I feel like we would have to tip Soren back over a lot.
Yeah.
You make the mistake of thinking I would be anywhere near you while I was using this.
Well, you might when you called us and said help.
No. Look, I could be
I'm stuck under my Assy buggy.
I could be drowning in a bog and I wouldn't call you and say help.
No, you just hear poof in the distance. You're like, oh man, Soren bought that assy buggy.
Blew up.
It's got a 40-gallon fuel tank hanging out the back.
I think that's actually like a 10-gallon fuel tank. Maybe not even that.
Oh boy.
It's just ratchet strapped in.
All right, so I'm gonna say that I like the Porsche better than this.
Okay, good. Bear.
Yeah, Porsche.
All right. Bear had better come up with some good stuff.
Another buggy.
Damn, Sword. You're on a mission.
This isn't even
1972
a picture
rail
of-
buggy.
Oh boy.
This is made out of a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
What kind of Volkswagen?
I don't know.
A 72.
It's got
Whoa.
a 1.6.
Look at that artsy design they did with the video camera right
That's
there.
ridiculous, and I hate it.
What happened?
But as dune
You know
buggies,
what? He was going so. Is this what time travel looks like?
no, as dune buggies go, I kind of like this one.
I mean, this is
I
the-
saw this.
Kind of the best one I've seen so far
U.S. Marine Corps.
out of your buggies. Oh, really? They used this in the Marines.
No, I think somebody got the stencils for U and S and M and C and stenciled it. That being said,
Ooh.
as
The more I look at it, it's bad.
as these things go, I like this one.
I bet this is fun.
I'm not sure about what's going on with those wheels.
Those are space saver wheels out of the trunk of a car that doesn't run anymore. Was it a spare?
Might be. Don't know. It doesn't appear to be in other pictures, does it?
That's a 6.
Oh, you know what? That's not on the car. That's on the back somewhere, I think. Anyhow,
I don't know.
I like that, and I don't think it was. How much is it?
That'd be fun.
Definitely not on the
My
back.
dad had a rail buggy, and it was kind of cool for
$6,000. It
You
runs.
know. twice a year.
I think I would rather have this in the Porsche.
A 1641. That was the same size engine that was in my hot rodded VW Trends car.
But this is so much better looking.
No,
It is.
it's got the same amount of doors. Mine had less roll bar.
It's got, this one has more overhead storage.
Yeah, less sound system.
That's easy to fix. You just zip tie a pod speaker onto it and play your phone.
It's got a nice set of aluminum ramps over there.
I vote for this.
I think that's a bad choice.
Well,
$6,000.
That's a lot of money for
It's going to be slow,
yeah.
it's based on something that's slow.
and it doesn't do wheelies.
I have no desire to
This
do
isn't
wheelies
as good as the cross cart.
in anything.
No, the cross cart was better.
I like
Yeah.
this. I like this. Oh, package deal. You're going to love this. So it's a little mini bike.
A mini bike with a side
and
of death.
the world's most ridiculous lawnmower.
Yep, a side of death.
And I think it's, I don't know, it's like $1,000 for both of them. It's very Florida.
It's not fast.
No.
It's just a regular lawnmower
It smells like Florida.
It's in Florida.
lifted. The mini bike goes 43
What? Joules?
miles per hour.
It might go 43. Depends on how big you are, I suppose. You probably wouldn't go 40 or 30.
What
with
size airplane you
me
got
on
thrown
it.
out of?
What is the point behind that?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to figure out what you do with that.
It's
Is
interesting.
it a swamp lawnmower?
I don't know how you get on it. Well, it doesn't have tires for swampness.
No, I think it's just tall.
Does it come with proper tires?
It's just so when you're drinking and mowing your yard and you fall off your mower.
You
You're
die?
dead.
Also, it doesn't have a mower deck, so it doesn't even mow.
Right.
It's really quite stupid.
Yeah, it smells like
All
crocodile
right.
breath.
Well, I definitely like the Porsche better than that.
Yes, as do I. It's interesting though.
It is interesting.
Ooh, now we're on to me. What year was this? 07 Subaru STI.
It's a good year.
Great year. 67,000 miles. We'll get into that later. For sale for $14,000.
No trades.
No trades, not salvage title. This is his pride and joy. He's had it forever. Well, for a couple years.
18 years.
Yeah.
At most.
Engine was rebuilt. It's only got 67,000 miles on it. The rest of the car's got 135.
That's almost exactly how long ago it was rebuilt.
So the engine rebuild was unrelated to the accident.
Right. It wasn't a slight front end accident. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Look at it. It drives around. I think it's good colors.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It stops great. It's got a trailer hitch for some odd reason.
In Texas?
Sure. Oh, that was weird.
It's got Texas plate, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's, I mean, you don't see STIs for $14,000 generally in good running condition.
I don't feel like that's a great deal.
I don't either.
No?
Because I feel like you do see STIs in running condition for
Usually they're like
about that.
20s and 30.
The engine rebuild was done for fun and performance.
Upgrade. Not because it was blown up.
Or crashed.
I don't know how you blow an engine up, crash in a car.
I do.
When was the crash?
When was it?
It doesn't say anything other than
2014.
Car was involved in a slow
where. Oh,
impact in 2014 and professionally repaired. The engine was professionally built for performance and fun. Had nothing to do with the accident.
It doesn't say the engine was professionally rebuilt.
it does.
Where it says it.
Fully rebuilt by the renowned Agile Automotive Performance.
Fine. Very well. You know what? I like that better than the Porsche.
Whoa. It's cheaper.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Well, $7,000 cheaper-ish, maybe. How much was a Porsche?
21.
21.
23 if you get the
23
wheels.
with the wheels.
But I like
Get the
this.
wheels.
That's 23, so that's
9,000.
$9,000.
Yeah, I'd say this one.
I don't know. That's tough.
No trades.
This one's got a better interior.
How about this? That's not my favorite Porsche, but that's close to my favorite.
Look at all
STI.
the maintenance stuff. Gaskets, belts, connecting rods, dyno tunes. It made stock horsepower 93 octane. 344 on E85. Stuff, cob this, cob that. It's got all the names.
Sure does.
Tires,
Yep.
stop techs,
Tow
pads,
hitch.
tow hitch.
Clutch slips. So you can't use that power. So they recommend you replace it.
Yeah, you just replace the clutch real quick.
Methanol's not working.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother. It's got all, it can come with all the factory things.
Definitely 911 on this one.
Really?
Yep.
For
$9,000,
$9,000.
More.
it's just a better all-around car.
Is it? This is 4-door all-wheel drive.
What do I need
Snow
back doors
tires?
for?
And
What do I need all-wheel drive
this
for?
doesn't have gray interior.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just gray on the outside.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. 911. I think that's a smoking deal for an STI,
I
though.
don't like that blue either.
You're wild.
Well,
Crazy.
I don't like it either, but I'd still prefer this car.
If we were doing custom cars and you found a
That's
70,
not custom. That's,
78 Ford LTD that had seats like that, you'd be like, ugh,
Yep.
that looks terrible.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
It looks great.
Ugh.
Next.
Next. 2007 Audi RS4 Quattro. 131,000 miles.
Contemplating selling.
Yep, contemplating selling. He's got so many cars and motorcycles. He's just got to get rid of something.
I hate ads like this.
So do I.
It's a great blue, black interior,
Pretty good blue.
fancy pants wheels that look great.
They look okay.
It's got really good maintenance. It's been decarboned. It's got all the things you'd ever want done to it. Miltech exhaust.
I
Sorry,
just,
you have a question.
I just personally, no matter how interesting an Audi is, I don't want to do the Audi stuff.
This has all had the Audi stuff recently done.
It's still going to need Audi stuff.
Nah,
I just don't want to deal with it. The only
What are those wheels?
the wheels are pretty
I
nice.
think they're rotiforms, maybe.
Wheels look great.
I know. This whole thing looks great.
Yeah, rotiforms.
Silver's not a great choice for the mirrors.
No.
It's the thing. It's the way they can. Oh, they all have that. Carbon trim.
Doesn't make it good.
Yeah, it doesn't make it right.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Anyway. You guys. Oh, the mirrors.
I don't like the mirrors.
Yeah, they look dumb.
Hatchkit sway bars, Olin's coilovers
got
with
foam.
remote reservoirs.
I don't
Come
think
on
I've
now.
ever seen in any of the doing of this a picture of here's me washing the car.
This is a great color combo.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good color combo.
This is a great car for $25. It's $1,000 more than your 911.
It's $2,000 more dollars.
With the forge lines, which definitely better than rotiforms.
Rotiforms are pretty good though, right?
Rotiforms are pretty good.
I mean, yeah, they're okay.
Olin's suspension.
Yeah,
That's
the other one's got H&R coilovers,
buckaroos. More buckaroos.
But this has the Audi,
better.
the Audi thing.
but it's an Audi RS4.
Yeah, that's
It's
the one that
never-
doesn't blow up.
Never seen a racetrack. Why do we have multiple Buckaroos, Olin's remote reservoirs?
Street cred.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's a street cred car. The 911.
This thing will run circles around that 911.
I'm going to
Any-
vote for this
At anything.
just to shake things up.
I don't think it will. You
This is such a
you shouldn't
nicer
shake
car.
things up.
Your car has shitty gray interior. The interior on this is immaculate
Yeah.
carbon trim.
Yeah.
Look how dumpy that thing is. It's got great wheels. It's got some cool mods. But ew. Doesn't even have room for humans in the back.
Well, that's a plus side. I don't want
Someone
humans in the way.
dented the shit out of that fender,
That's true.
It has room for little humans. If you had
which are
those.
even worse than regular sized humans.
Well, I don't have any little humans, so that's a plus.
136,000 miles.
So basically the same
About
there.
the same.
basically the same.
The other one's so much better.
That'll run circles around that RS4 on a racetrack.
Unless it's very, very curvy.
I would lap you in 8 laps.
Where?
Mid-Ohio.
Nürburgring?
Ooh, that's tough.
Definitely at the Nürburgring.
Nelson Ledges?
8 laps at the Nürburgring?
Yes.
Well, wake me up when you're done.
Take me all weird. I'm going with the Audi. That's such a nicer car to be in.
And Soren was going with the Audi.
Yeah, I just don't
To
want that.
shake
I just
things
don't
up.
want that 911 stick. I don't want either one, but I don't want that 911 sticking around anymore.
Let's see what I got next. 2007 BMW M5
Manual transmission.
V10 M5 manual transmission for a lot less money than it should be, I think.
Is that?
Car is stock.
Yeah,
What
go
year is
back
it?
up again.
7?
07, so it's a later one. 20 grand. Down here it says 25, but it's $20,000. And it's got a bunch of maintenance on it.
So you
How
had
do you know it's got a bunch of maintenance?
Yeah, because it's got a bunch of maintenance in the thing where it says maintenance-y thing.
was yours an M5 or an M6?
Oh,
Look at all that.
Okay.
Ding, 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 money, 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 money. You said my RS4 was expensive.
Rod bearings, engine mounts, oil change and filter, power steering hose and pump, radiator hose.
Fuel
Oh,
injector
it
clean.
was on Cars of Bids.
It's got a second key now.
Throttle actuators. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Needs headlights.
Sure. Manual transmission. I kind of like the wood. Black on black. Usually these things are in the 30s.
Well, I mean, that's way better than that Audi.
I don't think so. But
I do.
I don't
What do
know.
you mean? Black on black?
I know.
6-speed V10 with all the stuff done.
It's pretty good.
I'd buy that
I'll
right
give
now.
you that. I'll give you that. I guess it is cheaper.
I would not buy that Audi right now. I would definitely buy that right now.
I'm inclined to say that this is better than the Audi.
And where is it?
Oh,
Arizona.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like both of them. I've always wanted an RS4 though. These have just been so cheap that they're tempting.
Yeah. I'm definitely BMW on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Same miles.
Yeah. All right. Sticking with, there's a couple BMWs on my list. I don't know if you can realize that. 2002 M3 Coupe. What was the price? 17 or 14? Go back up. 14,000.
Listing for his brother.
Yeah, this one's got
Automatic transmission.
it's an SMG. It's got
Rod bearings,
Stuff
Vanos
done to
overhaul, subframe reinforced, complete suspension.
think somewhere it may, if this is the one I'm thinking of, keep going through the pictures. Yeah, it's got a salvage title. It hit a
What?
something. It's hit an animal. That's what that picture was.
It's got a salvage title from
I think
hitting an
so.
animal.
Yeah, pop the headlight. The headlights are expensive in these.
Enough that it got a salvage title?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying no way.
Oh, I don't know, but
Does it say that somewhere?
that's what it said somewhere in the thing. Georgia salvage title in my name due to hitting an animal, damage in the pictures. No dash lights, but it's got a bunch of maintenance and it looks great now.
M5.
14.
That's more than a headlight. You're not totaling that car for a headlight.
Those things are expensive. The bumpers are
They're
expensive.
not that expensive.
So the headlight,
for factory
To
parts.
total it,
Yeah, the headlight's $2,000.
it would have to be
The
like,
bumper's $1,000.
you'd have to add up
To
to
total
about
it?
10
Yeah.
to 12 grand to total it.
yeah. No
Probably
way.
needed a fender. Who knows?
I think it needed more than that.
Anyway, I picked it. Cheap price. Yes, it's got a ding on the title, but it's got a bunch of maintenance.
I
done
like
to
it. And I like that it looks pretty stock.
Yeah. I think it would be great for somebody like me.
158,000 miles
Yeah.
in an SMG
I don't mind an SMG, I don't think.
makes me want an M5.
Yeah.
I'm M5.
Yeah, another $6,000.
Oh, that was only $6,000 difference.
Uh-huh.
That's worth every penny.
All right. This is a 1999 Dodge Viper GTS ACR Hennessy. $69,000. 12,000 miles.
I mean,
This
Is that a good deal?
is a great deal
Is it?
because these stock Vipers are more expensive than these.
at least it's
in good
hideous.
condition. What do you mean?
Oh, it looks like hell.
All right. I'm also going to ask, is this interesting?
Yeah, it's interesting. Twin turbo. It's a big displacement V10.
Because
It's got all the stuff. Read and read and read. Read.
I'm going to go back to a former statement I made that all Vipers are bad Vipers.
It's not turbo.
It is.
Why does it have headers, long tube headers, if it's got turbos?
That was before. It's been a twin turbo system was added in 2014. That was their initial build.
Okay, then why list it?
I don't know, dude.
It's got long tube headers that it doesn't have anymore. Motec system is,
it might come with them. You
the
never
Motec
know.
is disconnected.
I don't know.
Next.
Does this thing even run?
Next.
Over 200 miles an hour.
Where?
Where? Anywhere you want, you could do it. Look at that luxury.
Well, I think you should make sure it's in a school zone.
It's got a race pack dash.
No, it's a Motec. It's disconnected.
Motec. Well, it's for the passenger anyway.
It's for the passenger?
Yeah, just plug it in.
it's
I
not.
bet it works.
I will say, I thought the
They
gauges
probably
looked pretty
disconnected
nice.
it when they put the turbo kit on it because it was so fast.
Go ahead, Soren.
I thought the gauges looked pretty nice,
Okay.
but
That's what it's got going for it.
I don't like Vipers.
There's nothing else on this.
And
one
I don't
that
like
looks
this
nice.
Viper any more than any of the other ones.
What do you guys?
Maybe
guys
it
are
was.
Do you not see the
insane.
front of this?
What is bad about it?
It looks like the Joker.
Bubbly.
It kind of, the front end of that thing kind of looks like the semi from what's that Stephen King movie where all the trucks attack.
God, I just watched a trailer for it not long ago.
It looks like
Maximum
that on the
Overdrive.
front. Maximum Overdrive. That's the front. The back of it looks like, I don't know.
Dead whale.
It looks like it's going 200 miles an hour sitting still, buddy.
M5 next.
Yeah. But
V10 twin. This one's twin turbo
Bye-bye.
V10.
see you later.
Whatever.
Don't do that to us again. All right. Seriously. I'm begging
That
you.
was a great deal.
Don't make me look at something like that again.
That was a great deal.
God.
I don't know what you're whining about.
Okay,
Just
so-
because it doesn't have a round L on it.
A 2015.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just doesn't have doors in the back now.
Right.
Well, as it didn't before.
Right.
Well, then they
Sometimes
did
they
for a
did.
little bit.
And then
And then they
did.
didn't. And then they did again. Anyway.
Is there a flappy thing over that air vent in the left?
What?
On this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the bumper.
It looks like a flap.
Nope. That's part of the bumper.
There's not one on the other side.
Yeah, there is. Dude.
Doesn't look like it.
at it.
I'm just saying. Doesn't look like there's one on the other side.
Anyway, there's
Okay.
not a whole lot of news on this one because it's at a dealership. Although it's got good wheels, it's okay colors, it's a manual, and I think,
Great seats.
yeah, I mean those are the stock whatevers. They weren't the bitchin' seats.
That's DCT.
I don't think
I
it
like
is.
that color. It says
It's
automatic.
I know. Go back. Maybe.
got a
Are
lever
there
of-
pedals down there?
No.
Next.
What do you mean next in? How much was it?
I don't want an M anything that's automatic.
Carbon trim. This one's good. This one's a dual clutch.
I don't want an M anything that's an automatic.
It's not an automatic. It's a DCT.
It's an automatic.
24, 25.
It's a pretty good price.
Like the color, like the
I think
wheels.
most of these are in the 30s.
Don't like that
that's a
flap
good
over
deal.
the vent.
Color. Interior looks good.
Yeah. It's a nice car. If I wanted one,
kind of like the wheels.
I'd probably look at it.
This generation M4, I feel like has gotten a lot cheaper recently. I was looking at one earlier that was, I think, a little less than this one.
Were you?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because the new ones are out now.
I don't know. I think
These aren't my favorite.
I think E46, E36, E30, even E92 are kind of purity.
Yeah, E92s are they're E92s are this price.
Yep.
Which I want one.
And then the new ones lose the purity, but they're a lot faster.
Right. And they sound like dog shit.
These don't.
What does the purity mean?
These don't have the purity,
Well,
What does
and
that
they're
mean?
not as fast as a new one.
yeah.
What is the purity?
These
This has
have
turbos.
These have turbos.
So
turbo
the
jet.
purity is natural aspiration.
Yeah.
That's correct. Individual throttle bodies.
Is that only the case in M's?
These
You
might
may have heard of them before.
these might have individual,
Individual throttle bodies?
Yes.
Is that not compatible with the purity?
These have turbos on them, Soren.
You can have individual throttle bodies and not have turbos.
That's what that has. That's the purity.
That's what the one.
So the individual throttle bodies don't really come into it.
These might have individual throttle
don't.
bodies. No,
No. That engine is just a hopped up 335.
with an S on it.
Yep.
I'm trying to understand this, and it's too complicated, and I've decided I don't care.
Cool.
What's complicated?
Carbon fiber engine boomerang.
That doesn't have ITBs, therefore it doesn't have the purity. It's got turbos, therefore it doesn't have the purity.
It's got M-Power.
All the ones before it had ITBs and no turbos. They have the Purity.
Okay.
The newer ones
I think these
don't
still
have the Purity because they still have turbos, but they're also way faster than these.
So what you're saying is this is the worst possible one to own.
No. I think these look
I
fantastic.
think it might be right now.
Because it doesn't have the purity and it has the slowness.
I think the E36 is by far the worst.
Or it doesn't have the purity and it doesn't have the fastness.
Right.
And you'd like to have at least one.
Me personally, I think I'd rather have this than a newer one.
Oh, yeah. These are way lighter than a newer one.
I think buying an M anything at the bottom of the depreciation is the happy place.
Right. That's true of anything.
Yeah, except these get to the bottom. It's usually pretty obvious when they get to the bottom. I don't know that these are there yet.
No.
E92s were there for like 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then everybody went, wait a second, these are actually pretty good.
Yeah. They're back up into the mid-20s now.
Yep.
Anyhow, I'm M5.
Future classic.
I think I'm M5.
Future good bargain.
I think I'm M5.
I mean, there's no maintenance history on this one, so it's questionable
It's at a dealer.
because it's at a looks like a buy here, pay here lot of some sort. So sure, M5.
But it does look really good.
Yeah,
I like it.
I would go look at it
Yep.
if I'm interested in one.
And you're in wherever place that is.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
Oh, I was
I'm not going
searching BMWs real hard this week.
What have
Apparently,
you done?
an 06. This is a run for your money, buddy. M6, black on black, carbon trim, coupe. It's an SMG, but it's $10,000 cheaper.
It says it's a manual transmission.
10.5.
Yes, 10.5. If it's
No.
not a manual, it's an SMG.
Yeah.
You can't trust the people with their.
Okay.
It's
Bear,
got
when you said this is a run for your money, buddy, are you talking to the other bear?
Yeesh.
What do you mean, eesh? It's got shitty floor mats and it's got some stickers on the front bumper.
Yeah, the stickers worry me.
10
Socks
grand.
or a bra or something on the passenger seat.
I feel like this is on YouTube in a video going sitting
Every
in a
single
car
one
show.
of these
I'll
was.
bet you that M5 wasn't.
I bet you that was.
I'll bet it wasn't.
I'll Google the VIN right now.
Do it.
There's
Googling.
no way to
Googling.
confirm that.
Yep, that was doing burnouts.
I think the M5
That was,
is
in fact, the
probably
first
better.
YouTube video that popped up on my V10 M5 burnout video compilation.
Do they put the VINs on here?
The who?
Some people
The
do.
VIN?
I don't think so.
Some people include it in
Some
the
people
comments.
do.
I think the M5 is probably better.
Well, it's a manual, but it's $10,000 more. Oh boy, what are we doing? This one was on Cars and Bids, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And apparently Haggerty Insurance.
I mean, it's
Huh. I'll have to look at that.
Anyhow,
That's pretty tempting, Bear.
that is tempting.
That's really tempting.
A black on black carbon trim, and I think if I remember right, it's got the leather dash and everything. I could be wrong.
I feel like it's got the wrong tires on the back, or maybe the fronts are on the rear.
What? Yeah,
Something's funky there.
yeah. It's missing the center caps.
It's got red painted calipers, and it's got that.
Sure.
That
A couple spray can of Goo Gone and some new floor mats, and you're in business. It does have the extended leather.
Yep. Where's it at? Austin, Texas.
Yeah,
You could have brought that back.
I could have, I guess. I feel like this is tempting enough. If I were looking for a V10 car and I had 20 grand and I was looking at that other M5, I'd be like,
You would have to do rod bearings immediately.
yeah, I'd have it done before I
Plus,
left
that
Austin.
M5 already had all that done.
Yeah, but that's like a couple grand to have
And
somebody
throttle
else do it.
actuators.
I don't think you do that until those go
And
bad.
the Vanos. That M5 had all that done. That might be 10 grand. And it's
The
a
throttle
6-speed.
actuator.
And it's got a clutch pedal. So that SMG failure thing is never going to happen.
This is a coupe.
Which is expensive when it does.
It's at least 3 grand
What do you mean?
when the SMG fails.
It's fine. Save 10 grand.
Well, except that now you're in the $10,000 to $15,000 in potential repairs.
But who says?
Well,
You just throw
Mason
some.
just did, and you agreed with all of it.
No, I didn't agree with all of it. I agreed with the rod bearings.
And
The
then
throttle
it's-
actuators you can do yourself. They're easy. You just pop the intake manifold off.
Are
And
they
then
cheap?
They're not cheap, but it's not a hard job to do.
That doesn't mean it's not an expensive job to do.
Well, I'm not going to charge myself money to work on my own car.
But even if you're not paying for labor, if the labor is easy, then you're still paying for the parts. If that's the most part, if that's the
Right.
most significant part of the expense, doing it yourself doesn't save you much.
All right. Pick one.
5.
I don't care, actually.
That's got a clutch pedal.
Sure.
And a bunch of shit's already been fixed.
Yeah, I guess.
M5.
All right.
M5.
1991 Corvette ZR1. ZR1. What was the price? I believe is 16,000.
16.5.
16,500.
16.5.
Find me a cheaper one, please. This is black on black. I didn't really read a whole lot. It's got some good stuff. It's got some aftermarket this and that's.
Headers, chip. Single fuel pump
suspension
conversion.
It's got a good clutch, which is something one of the other cars didn't have. Typical shitty interior.
That was the Subaru, by the way.
Yeah. Most unreliable car of the night so far.
Bad paint.
That's a
Bad paint.
pretty blanket statement
Yeah.
that I think is unjustified.
It's a cozy blanket though.
It's an unjustified statement.
Find me a better, cheaper ZR1.
Yep, that's pretty good.
That's a great deal. These
Yep.
things are like in high 20s, low 30s.
I'm just going to throw out there
yeah.
that I personally don't want a ZR1.
I know.
So I'm going to
I was just
I'm going to vote against this.
Getting
on that-
good
on that.
deals, good deals on interesting cars.
You hate Corvettes.
It's probably the cheapest ZR1 in the country that runs and drives.
Yep. I'd say that is a good deal.
But that's like saying this is the cheapest case of chlamydia in the country.
Well,
No, it's not like
If I don't want it,
this is actually a good thing.
it has no value.
And you actually want some cool stuff in trade.
an Alfa Romeo Spider,
Yeah, well, road racing GT car,
a Miata,
Pro 3 Formula Mazda.
a 944,
This guy knows how to wheel
or a
himself around.
914.
Interesting fella, I bet.
Okay. M5.
That's fine.
M5.
That's a pretty good deal, though.
That's a pretty good deal.
It's amazing I find these deals. What is this? I don't even remember. All right, so I picked this for Soren.
Thanks.
2002 Bentley Arnage Le Mans Series. One of only 45 ever made. Spent its whole life in San Diego, California. 88,000
with
original
green
miles.
and brown.
Dark green. The interior looks better than it sounds. I love these things. I think it's the best looking Bentley. Look at that.
That's pretty good.
That is pure luxury. And it's mint.
What year?
2002. So this is one of the good ones. That's less blowy uppy than the rest of them. And it's in great spec and great condition.
So obviously I like the colors.
And I think, what was it, 24?
I think it's 24.5.
24 grand. You could talk them down. Never left San Diego.
What engine is this?
I
I
was it
believe
the 6 3/4?
I believe this would be a 6
turbo?
3/4.
So that's
Not
an
twin turbo.
actual British engine.
Single
Single turbo.
In 2002, weren't they twins?
Mm-mm.
No.
6 3/4. I don't think were ever twins.
Anyway, it's towards the end of this body style. Googling. Because I thought
As a
Volkswagen. Well, man, I don't know. Maybe it's a
Yep.
Volkswagen thing.
it is a twin turbo. What year was that one? 2002.
02.
So that's got to be that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what the difference is between that and that.
I don't know.
Who made it?
That's a Mercedes Bentley engine.
I
You
think
didn't
that's
have
isn't
to
that the
tell.
one you don't want?
No, that's one you want.
Is it right-hand drive?
No, I don't think so. It was in San Diego its entire life. Wow. Did I read double overhead cams? Or
That was
that's
the BMW.
one.
Yeah. They're
That's-
saying the BMW one was better.
Yeah, it explodes
Surprise.
more. And you're going to have to do rod bearings in it every 40 miles.
Somebody's salty.
Just saying.
What?
Oh, here we go. The Le Mans series. Da-da-da-da. So they are the red label, which is the good one. Rare.
Oh, interesting.
The rarest, well, I don't know. We looked at some hand-built junk that Soren found on the dumpster section of Facebook this
That's
week.
the whole Facebook is the dumpster section.
You can't find Bentleys in the dumpster section.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, some of them, but
So rare is not a thing that I'm
It says single turbo.
particularly looking for in a car.
yeah, it gives you that good whoosh down the road.
Only 7 green labels were built.
Well,
So I think it's good looking, but I don't want it.
24.5.
Mean.
That's crazy because that's like a tenth of what it was new, probably.
Oh yeah, that was over 250. I mean,
Odd.
the colors are phenomenal.
Yeah. Like it's a really cool car, and that's really cheap for what that is.
Yeah. And it looks like it was never driven. So if you're out there,
I think I would like to
88,000
buy
miles.
that.
I mean, I suppose worst case scenario, you could just
Yeah.
tear the drivetrain out and put something reliable in.
But I wouldn't want to own it more than the M5.
Well,
Yeah.
Isn't the M5 still cheaper?
Yeah.
yeah,
$4,500 cheaper.
I'll give you that. You know what? I bet the repair bills are the same.
They might be pretty similar. Mm-hmm. M5 is going to be way more fun.
Yeah.
Sure. You go through more
Well,
tires.
Barry,
probably.
I appreciate that you have picked a
the most Soren vehicle.
good-looking, crappy British car for me.
What do you mean crappy? There was only 45 of those things made, and there's one of them
Doesn't make them good
in great colors.
There might be a reason there was only 45 made.
I think it was just
because they were
color
too goddamn
combination.
expensive.
No, I mean they made more than 45 of them.
Rarity doesn't necessarily translate to.
I've said this before. Marburg virus.
Yeah, but that's a good one. That's a good rare vehicle for $24,000.
Okay.
You know, if I had a shitload of money, I might buy that just because it's cool, and also then I don't really care how much it costs to keep it running.
Yeah.
But I think in any kind of normal life, I don't want that.
Fine. You know,
I'm M5.
there goes your birthday present, I guess. That's fine. The M5 is going to be
Are you saying your Bentley?
No. I'm saying the M5 is probably where I'd put my money.
Okay.
But
Soren?
I thought
Yeah,
that was
obviously.
a really good deal.
M5.
That is a good deal. strangely good deal.
Yeah.
And it's a cool car.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Please close
Now,
this.
this is a 1994 Ford Ranger
$8,000.
Super Cab pickup. Only $8,000.
I object to being subjected to this.
It's got 6 wheels.
It's got extended bed package.
Ah, snap.
So
I feel like you're violating my basic human rights.
nobody has human rights, dude.
What?
It's a 4-liter V6 manual transmission. The frame
I want you to
and
retract
the
that
bed
statement before we go on.
have been extended.
It's terrible. Oh my God, it's different colors on different sides. So they took something that wasn't necessarily shit and then made it shit and then they made it ugly shit.
No, look at the custom paint on this thing. And somehow Mason said a motorcycle fit in his bed. It fits in perfectly. And that's got an extended bed.
It's actually got several feet at the end that it's not using. Oh, well, they painted the inside too.
Yeah.
No, I hate it. It's awful.
And the interior. Look at the
Seriously,
The steering wheel.
I feel like my sense of style has been violated.
It's
got Mustang seats.
Great.
4-liter V6 manual transmission. The bike's not included.
What?
No.
Does it come with rabies?
The door panel, like the door jambs are painted. Skulls.
It's lovely. No, I'm lying. It's total shit.
Ooh, the framework under there. All the artwork under there too.
I hate it.
How do you hate that?
I can't think of one single thing about that I like.
6 wheels?
No,
You don't like 6 wheels?
almost never.
Got Cadillac taillights,
Great.
Well,
extended
Bear,
cab.
you did a great job of picking something truly awful.
That's heinous.
$8,000.
Yeah,
Possibly
and
the
that's,
cheap-
and that's
you.
$8,000
Possibly
too
the
much.
cheapest thing.
And because of you,
That's the cheapest thing we looked at all night with 6 wheels.
it's not
That's
worth
the
any,
only thing we've
anywhere
looked at
near
all
what
night
they're
with 6
asking
wheels.
for it.
That's
And-
almost $1,000 a wheel.
No trades unless it's a diesel truck.
Because they want something that doesn't suck
What do you mean?
to move their motorcycle.
You think
around
they're
in.
going to do something different with a diesel truck?
Yeah, they're not
No,
going
they're
to fuck
not.
it up like
they're
they
going to
fucked
do the
this up.
same thing that is. It's just going to be taller.
If the dirt bike was custom painted to match, maybe.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't come with
Doesn't
it.
come with it.
And was included.
You know, the dirt bike's probably worth like $1,500 or $2,000 minimum. Although if they custom painted it like that,
Yeah.
it would be worth less.
You know how much money this fella spent custom painting it?
how much money
mean-
you spend doing something stupid doesn't make it less stupid.
He took it to 2 different paint shops. One shop painted one side and the other shop painted the other side.
I think he took it to a bunch of drunken teenagers and said, have a go.
It's
I
got
don't
pink
think-
flames.
On part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Mini truck.
So.
Wait. Don't close this shit.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
No, you're not going to. Because what I want to ask you is, why in the hell did you pick this? Like, what part of your brain went,
It's cheap.
I thought for a long bed pickup truck, that's pretty good price.
there's a good
He
answer.
said, no,
4-liter V6.
There's a good answer, but he's not going to give it to
You
us.
can't judge him.
I'm judging him.
You can't judge him.
I'm
You
judging
can't
him. I
judge
just
me.
did,
You
which means I
just
can.
spent all
No.
night picking a pile of tubes with engines
Yeah.
on them,
You
I'm
had
still judging
4
you.
piles of tubes with engines on them
All of which were better than this.
and none of them were V6s.
because they were interesting and cheap. This is
And
interesting.
I was asking Bear to explain that, but you have made it impossible for Bear to explain that because you've explained it for him.
No.
If you just
What do
said,
mean?
I think this is awful,
would
but
say
it's
the same
interesting, then I would accept that.
How
Don't
do you
try to
not think
defend it,
that's
though.
an interesting vehicle?
It's interesting.
If you saw that down the highway, you'd
It is
look at
interesting, but it's awful.
cheap too.
I don't know that it's cheap.
I'm not.
You couldn't pay for the paint to paint that thing for $8,000.
Why would I want to?
You couldn't even pay for the tires for the 6 wheels.
I wouldn't
There's
want
something,
to.
there's something pink at the very edge of the front.
The
on
license
left.
plate bracket.
Yeah.
Is that like just the
It's
rear
also
bumper?
got pink flames on the roof.
Yep. Just part of the roof.
Let me
The
know
other
when
side
I
of the
can
truck
close
is
this.
yellow.
I guess close it.
I keep looking at it and it's just getting worse.
It goes good with the fall leaves in the background.
I wanted you to not defend it. I wanted you to just say that it was interesting.
It is interesting. It's got a little more pop than this
So-
thing. This is just boring executive black on black.
Basically, for the second time,
When?
we've picked the V10 M5 as car of the evening.
This is a good one. I mean, it's a good example.
Yeah, but this is a good one.
it's
Yeah,
inexpensive.
it is.
comparatively speaking,
Yep.
It's a Manuel.
which is relatively rare and therefore interesting.
Lots
Yep.
of records.
The maintenance history on this is impeccable.
I mean, there are other cars that I might have personally wanted to have win more, but not very many. And I'm happy with this
Dun, 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 dun.
as a good compromise.
If you don't agree with our selections,
If you think that
Let
last
us know why.
if you think that last thing
Yeah.
should have won, then please don't comment.
and if you
just
have
go away.
better options, please comment below with them.
Ooh, links. Yep.
Yeah, send us links. We won't look at them.
Comment, subscribe, and whatever. Like the other thing. Why would you? Why would you do that? But Bob, that's not a good place for that.